Good morning students. Today I am going to deliver my lecture on DFT. In previous lecture we have understood the definition of DFT and relation between DTFT and DFT. Now we have to find out the DFT of this question. Now question is x of n is equal to a raised to power n u of n, where u of n is unit step sigma. We have already know the formula of DFT, and according to DFT, x of k is equal to summation n tends to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over n. Now we have to put x of n is equal to a raised to power n u of n. Then equation becomes n tends to 0 to n minus 1 a raised to power n u of n e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over capital N, where capital N is n point DFT. And we also know the elementary signal unit step u of n is equal to 1 for n greater than equal to 0. So its value is 1 for n is equal to 0. N is equal to 1, it's also 1 up to so on infinity. That means u of n is 1 for n greater than equal to 0, otherwise its value is 0. So u of n is equal to here 1 for n tends to 0 to n minus 1, because this summation is bounded from 0 to n minus 1. So summation is equal to the range of summation is n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 a raised to power n e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over n. Then take n as common, so it becomes summation n tends to 0 to n minus 1 a into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k over n raised to power n. Now we know the formula of in this summation n tends to n1 to n2 a raised to power n is equal to a raised to power n1 minus a raised to power n2 plus 1 over 1 minus a. Here a as this term a into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over n. n1 is 0, n2 is n minus 1. So according to this formula, our equation becomes a into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k over n raised to power 0 minus a e raised to power minus j 2 pi k over n raised to power n minus 1 plus 1, that is n minus 1 plus 1. Now first term is a into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k over n raised to power 0. Something raised to power 0 is 1, so it becomes 1 minus a into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over capital N. This minus 1 plus 1 will cancel out. It only remains power n, that is n or n cancel out. So it becomes 1 minus a raised to power n e raised to power minus j 2 pi k. In the denominator we have 1 minus a into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over capital N. Now the term e raised to power minus j 2 pi k is equal to 1 because k is integer, and according to Eulers identity, e raised to power minus j 2 pi k is equal to cos 2 pi k minus j sin 2 pi k, and k is integer. If we put here 0, cos 0 is 1 and sin 0 is 0. If we put k is equal to 1, cos 2 pi is again 1, sin 2 pi is 0. So always it is equal to 1. So put the value of this e raised to power minus j 2 pi k is equal to 1 here. So it DFT of x of n is becomes x of k is equal to 1 minus a raised to power n divided by 1 minus a into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over n. It is the DFT of a raised to power n u of n. And we know a raised to power n is an exponential sequence and u of n is a unit step signal. Now in next question we have to find out the DFT of a given sequence. In a given sequence we have x of n is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3 and 3. That means the length of the sequence is 0 where the range of n is 0 to 5. And according to DFT the range of n is 0 to n minus 1. Now total number sequence in our question is 6, so n minus 1 means 6 minus 1 is 5, so range of n is 0 to 5. The same, the range of k is 0 to n minus 1, that means 0 to 6 minus 1, it becomes 0 to 5. Now n, capital N means total number of samples of sequence, that is 6. So we call it as 6-point DFT. Now we have to find out the DFT of this sequence. According to the formula of DFT, it becomes x of k is equal to summation n tends to 0 to 5, because in this question the range of n is 0 to 5. X of n e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over n. Now here capital N is 6, total number of samples, so it becomes summation n tends to 0 to 5 x of n e raised to power minus j 2 pi k n over 6. Now expand this equation, expand the summation from n tends to 0 to 5. We have x of 0 into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k 0 divided by 6 plus x of 1 e raised to power minus j 2 pi k 1 over 6 plus x of 2 into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k 2 by 6 plus x of 3 into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k 3 by 6 plus x of 4 into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k 4 by 6, and last is x of 5 into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k 5 by 6. Now we know the value of x of 0 in the given sequence. X of 0 is 1, x of 1 is 1, x of 2 is 2, x of 3 is 2, and x of 4 is 3, and x of 5 is also 3. Now put these values in this equation. X of 0 is 1, e raised to power 0 is 1, 1 into 1 is 1. Now x of 1 is also 1, it becomes 1 into e raised to power minus j 2 pi k by 6. Then put all the values of a given sequence. X of 2 is 2 into e raised to power minus j 4 pi k by 6 plus 2, because x of 3 is equal to 2 into e raised to power minus j 6 pi k by 6. Now x of 4 is 3, it becomes 3 plus into e raised to power minus j 8 pi k by 6, and x of 5 is also 3, so it becomes plus 3 into e raised to power minus j 10 pi k by 6. That is the DFT of a given sequence. Now we also know the k is equal to 0 to 5, so you can put the values of k is equal to 0 to 5 and find out the value of x of 0 to x of 5. So first put in last equation k is equal to 0. If we put k is equal to 0, equation becomes x of 0 is equal to 1 plus e raised to power minus 0 plus 2 into e raised to power minus 0 up to so on this. Now we know e raised to power minus 0 is 1, it becomes x of 0 is equal to 12. In the same way, now we put k is equal to 1 in previous equation of DFT, that is we already find out. So x of 1 is equal to 1 plus 1 into e raised to power minus j 2 pi by 6 plus 2 into e raised to power minus j 4 pi by 6 plus 2 into e raised to power minus j 6 pi by 6 plus 3 into e raised to power minus j 8 pi by 6 plus 3 into e raised to power minus j 10 pi by 6. Now we have to find out the value of this by cos 2 pi by 6 minus j sin 2 pi by 6 and find out the value of cos 2 pi by 6 in radians. Then calculating all the values of this exponential signal in terms of cosine and sine, we can find out the value of x of 1, that is equal to 3.17. Similarly, we can find out the value of x of 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the sequence becomes, or DFT of x of n becomes x of k is equal to 12, 3.17, 2.64, 0, 2.64 and 3.6. So therefore you can calculate the values of x of k by putting the different values of k, that is 0 to 5, and verify this answer. Now our next topic is DFT as linear transformation matrix. So we know the Twiddle factor is denoted by omega n is given by omega n as n point DFT is equal to e raised to power minus j 2 pi by n, that is your equation number 1. Now the discrete time sequence x of n can be denoted by x base n, that is in matrix form. So x of n, input sequence x of n is represented in the matrix form like this. Here n number of rows and 1 column. So it becomes, because the range of small n is 0 to n minus 1, x of n is an input sequence where n range is 0 to n minus 1. So x of n, that is equal to x base n in matrix form is equal to x of 0, x of 1, x of 2 up to so on x of n minus 1. Here we have n number of rows 0 to n minus 1 and 1 column. That is equation number 2. Now we also know, so this is a n cross 1 matrix and range of n varies from 0 to n minus 1. Now the DFT of x of n is denoted by x of k. So we can also represent the x of k in matrix form by x of base n, capital X base n. So small x and capital X both are different. Small x is input sequence and capital X base n is DFT of x of n. So we can also represent it in the matrix form. It becomes capital X n base n is equal to x of 0, x of 1, x of 2 up to so on x of 1. Again this is a n cross 1 matrix. The range of k is 0 to n minus 1. Again n rows, 1 column. Now according to DFT we know x of k is equal to summation n tends to 0 to n minus 1 x of n Twiddle factor raised to power k into n. Equation number 4. So in this equation we know x of we also represented the x of k in matrix form. X of n is also represented in the matrix form. So we can also represent the Twiddle factor in the matrix form. To represent in the matrix form, remember that k and range of k and n. So range of k is 0 to n minus 1. The range of n is also same, 0 to n minus 1. So Twiddle factor in the matrix form becomes, that is a matrix form representation of Twiddle factor. The range of k is 0 to n minus 1. The same way the range of n is 0 to n minus 1. So Twiddle factor is equal to wn. Now according to DFT formula, it is equal to wn raised to power kn. K is 0 to n minus 1. Same way n is 0 to n minus 1. Multiply k and n are multiplied. So 0 into 0 is 0. It becomes Twiddle factor raised to power 0. 0 into 1 becomes 0. Twiddle factor raised to power 0 up to so on. We have found out all the values. In the same way it is 1 and n is also 1. It becomes Twiddle factor raised to power 1. 1 into 2 becomes Twiddle factor raised to power 2. 1 into n minus 1 becomes Twiddle factor raised to power n minus 1. So you can find out all the values up to n minus 1. The range of k is n minus 1 and the range of n is also 0 to n minus 1. That is equation number 5. For example, now if k is 2 and n is also 2, then Twiddle factor raised to power kn is 2 into 2 is 4. Then it becomes Twiddle factor wn raised to power 4. So according to DFT in matrix form, x of k is represented by capital X base n. x of n represented by small x base n, and this is twiddle factor in matrix form. So the formula of DFT, discrete Fourier transform in matrix form, is x base n is equal to twiddle factor in matrix form into small x base n. That is equation number 6. Also we can write down the formula of IDFT, inverse discrete Fourier transform in matrix form. It becomes x of n is equal to 1 by n twiddle factor conjugate, because the in IDFT e raised to power j 2 pi k n over n. So it becomes twiddle factor conjugate into capital Xn, that is x of k. Equation number 7. Here twiddle factor conjugate is complex conjugate of twiddle factor Wn. Now let us consider 8-point DFT. 8-point DFT, that means n is equal to 8. Now we know the formula of twiddle factor. Twiddle factor Wn is equal to e raised to power minus j 2 pi by capital N. Therefore twiddle factor raised to power kn is equal to e raised to power minus j 2 pi by n into kn. For n is equal to 8, it becomes twiddle factor W8 raised to power kn is equal to e raised to power minus j 2 pi by 8 into kn, that is equal to e raised to power minus j pi by 4 into kn. Equation number 8. Now using Eulers identity, for example kn is equal to 1. So equation 8 becomes kn is equal to 1 means W8 raised to power 1 is equal to e raised to power minus j pi by 4 into 1, because kn is 1. Pi by 4 is cos 45. In terms, this is expanded by Eulers identity, that is equal to cos pi by 4 minus j sin pi by 4. Cos pi by 4 is cos 45, that is equal to 1 by under root 2, and under root 2 is equal to 1.414. So if we divide 1 divided by 1.414, then we get 0.707. In the same way, sin pi by 4 is sin 45. So it becomes twiddle factor raised to a 1 is equal to 0.707 minus j 0.707. So this table shows the values of twiddle factor and the value of the phasor for different values of k n. In this table we shows the kn value is 0 to 11 and find out the value of twiddle factor, and the same way find out the value of phasor. First, suppose twiddle kn is equal to 0. Kn is equal to, now it's 8-point DFT, W8 raised to power kn. Then it becomes e raised to power minus j pi kn by 4. If kn is equal to 0, that means twiddle factor raised to power 0. So kn is equal to 0 means e raised to power minus 0. Then the value of the phasor is equal to 1 by using the Eulers identity. Next, put kn is equal to 1. Twiddle factor raised to power 1 is equal to e raised to power minus j pi by 4. It becomes cos pi by 4 minus j sin pi by 4. Already we discussed in previous slide, that is equal to 0.707 minus j 0.707. So we can find all the values by putting the different values of kn, that is 0 to 11. Now 8-point DFT means 0 to 7. The range of k is 0 to 7. The range of n is 0, 7. If we observe in this table, the twiddle factor 0 value as 1. In the same way, twiddle factor 8 value as 1. Twiddle factor 1 value as 0.707 minus j 0.707. And the twiddle factor of 9 value is also same as twiddle factor 1. So if we conclude this table, according to this, the value of the twiddle factor repeats itself after a fixed sample points, that is 8. Means after 8 points, the value of the twiddle factor repeat itself. So therefore the value of twiddle factor 8 is same as twiddle factor 0. The value of twiddle factor 9 is same as twiddle factor 1. The value of twiddle factor 10 is same as twiddle factor 2 up to so on. Twiddle factor 15 value is same as twiddle factor 7. This is 8-point DFT. So after 8 points, the value of the twiddle factor repeats. This is called as cyclic property of twiddle factor. In this graph, this is a graph between real versus imaginary, or we can say imaginary versus real part, or DFT plane, discrete Fourier transform plane. In this, a circle is divided into 8 equal parts, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 0 to 7 means 8-point DFT. So that's why we divide into 8 equal parts. So according to the twiddle factor 0 value is equal to twiddle factor 8, because the after 8 points the value of the twiddle factor repeats. So therefore twiddle factor 0 is equal to twiddle factor 8, 1 is equal to 9, 2 is equal to 10, up to so on, 7 is equal to 15. This property of twiddle factor is called as periodicity property of or cyclic property. So in this lecture we just done the one topic, that is DFT as linear transformation matrix, and also we solved some examples related to DFT. That's all. Thank you.